You want to know what vehicle recovery equipment you need to get started.
We're going to show you the 6 pieces of equipment that are necessary and their order of importance, so you can purchase them as you go along, not all at once. This list, or kit, we've put together is what we consider to be the essentials, without all the bling and frills you don't really need.
Towards the end of the video, we'll give you a discount code for 10% off most of the gear we show you in this video.
So keep watching till the end.
What you're going to need right away are proper recovery points on your vehicle. You may not have any other recovery equipment yet, but your friends or Good Samaritans might. If they do, they're going to need a good place to hook onto. Some vehicles, like Jeeps, come with suitable ones from the factory, but most makes and models of vehicles don't.
Underneath your vehicle, you may find loops like this on the frame. These are here to secure a vehicle in transit on a semi-trailer, a rail car, or a shipping container. A tow truck operator may also use them to pull it up onto their flatbed. Generally speaking, these aren't strong enough to pull you out if you're frame deep in thick mud, or off a boulder when the needed pulling force is much stronger.
There are relatively inexpensive aftermarket plates that you can bolt right onto the frame of your vehicle, like these that are made for Toyotas from Overland Custom Design. Regardless of what vehicle you may have, I'm sure you can come up with something. And keep in mind, this is where overkill is a good thing.
In the rear, if you have a hitch, you can get a recovery point that slides into the receiver. Sooner or later, probably when you get a winch, you can get steel bumpers that have appropriate recovery points.
Next, you'll need a method of hooking a strap or winch line to those recovery points. You're going to need a couple of these steel shackles. You'll also find what's called soft shackles. We'll get to those later on in this video.
You need hard shackles first, because the majority of stock and aftermarket recovery points have holes that are too small for the soft shackle to pass through, and the corners are often very sharp.
Real quick, as important as it is and as dangerous as it can be, recovery equipment should be looked at as investments.
You definitely get what you pay for.
Cheap, poorly designed and manufactured equipment is dangerous. If any of the recovery components should happen to let loose or break when winching or pulling, that line will snap back with an incredible amount of energy. The risk of serious injury and vehicle damage is considerable.
We want to help you with that investment. Near the end of the video, we provide a 10% discount code for recovery gear from MasterPull, a very reputable source.
You're going to need a recovery strap or rope. Typically, these are used to get a vehicle unstuck by pulling it out with another vehicle.
And this one's called the Super Yanker.
Unlike tow straps, these are made to stretch up to 30%. That cushions the shock that occurs when yanking and pulling, lessening the chance of damaging your vehicle or giving you whiplash.
This one from MasterPull is 7/8 in diameter, 30 feet long, and tested and rated for 28,000 pounds braking strength. That's plenty for an SUV or a pickup truck.
Assuming that you or someone you're with has a winch, next thing you'll need is a tree saver strap. These are used as anchors when winching, either around a tree or a huge boulder. A wide, flat strap like this will protect the tree's bark from damage.
This one is 10 feet long and rated up to 36,000 pounds when wrapped around an object with a shackle hooked to both ends.
Now you need one of these, a pulley. It has multiple uses. By looping your winch line through it and then back to your vehicle, it acts like a block and tackle, greatly increasing your winch's pulling power. It can also be rigged to pull from a different angle if need be, and to have the ability to pull more cable or rope off your winch, increasing its pulling strength. Now, let's talk about soft shackles. Because they're lighter weight and soft, they're much safer to use than steel ones.
Whenever you can, use one of these.
The way they work is you simply pass this knot through the loop. These are every bit as strong as a steel shackle. They come in really handy hooking up a safety line to either a bed rack, a slide, or even a roof rack. They're most commonly used to attach a winch line to a tree saver.
Those were the 6 most important things, but here's some more that you might want to consider.
This is a protective sleeve held closed with Velcro. It can be put around a winch line or recovery rope where it's going to drag across a rock or the ground. One of these usually comes with a new synthetic winch line. A tow rope. Unlike a recovery strap or rope, these don't stretch. In our opinion, your recovery rope will serve just fine to tow a vehicle off the trail or a short distance back to camp. Where they do come in handy is as a winch line extension when that tree is just a little too far away.
You'll want to keep all this equipment easily accessible, and a bag like this makes it possible.
Over time, as you gain experience and depending on what type of terrain you do most of your traveling on, you'll be adding to this list for sure.
You may have noticed we didn't talk about recovery or traction boards. In the future, we may do a comparison video on a few of them, but for now, that's a whole different discussion, and we don't have time for it in this video.
Our advice on them, they do come in handy, so just get some. Any brand will do. Now, don't forget that discount code for Master Pull products.
We hope you'll consider subscribing to our channel.
And thanks for watching.
Without all the frills and something that you don't really need. This list, or kit we've put together, is something, and I don't really know. Give me a second.